Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our Week 9 Fantasy Football recap video here on the Nike Sims channel. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's enjoying the NFL season. This past weekend, we had a lot better games than in Week 8, and it showed in the fantasy football performances, specifically in my teams. Last week's recap was a little melancholy. If you watched it, yeah, you would know it was a little bit of a meme video. Lost in all 4 of my leagues, but this week we went 2-2. Our spirits are a little bit more lifted, and we're ready to give a fair breakdown of what's going on in each of my leagues. So that's what this video is all about. I'm in 4 fantasy football leagues. We're going to break down how some of the players did, some of the major things that came up. Not going to really talk about the trade deadlines. Not really what we're here for. Maybe they'll come up in conversation here or there, but we're just going to kind of go over the fantasy aspects of all my leagues. So please consider leaving a like and subscribing to this video if you enjoy this content, weekly fantasy football recaps, as well as plenty of gaming content as well. So feel free to pop on over there and check those out. So let's go ahead and jump right in and take a look how Week 9 of the NFL season went here in 2025. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and dive in. So got 4 leagues. The first one here is going to be the main league. So this is the main league, right? This is me and all the day one homies going on like 12, 13 years of this league. We all pretty competitive about it. And, you know, I say if there's one league that I want to win in every single week and lose in all the other ones that I don't give a shit about, it's got to be this league right here. And as you can see, we went up against Policy Pond, Sawmill, Log Flume Ride. That's Andy, known douchebag of the league. And if you look at the left, I'm giving you fits, and look at that score, baby. We're so back. 175 to 135 in a full PPR league. Bang! You love to see that shit, baby. So let's go ahead and break it down. I'm going to go in depth here on the left here. You got my team. We got Drake May. A little bit of an off game for Drake May. I mean, he didn't have his best performance, a couple of turnovers, but he did get the win against the Falcons, which we'll get into a second. But as a Patriots fan, love to see that performance. Bijan Robinson, this guy loves having a quiet game, but 17 points on a quiet game, that's the Bijan. Not 5 points, thank God. 17 points we take. Picked up Kyle Manungai for 5 fab off the waivers a couple weeks ago. 22 points in the spot start, dude. Dude, that guy was churning out yards against the shitty Bengals defense. 22 points, spot start, we take that all day. Drake London, baby, 38 points. Man, he did it against the Pats. 3 touchdowns, 12 receptions, 118 yards, something like that. Damn, Drake Lund him is what I was calling him in the chat. Bro went crazy with that one. He mossed a couple of the Pats defenders, man. Not sponsored. Next up, we got Zay Flowers, 11.4 points on Thursday Night Football. A little bit of Zay Flowers. He's got a safe floor. The ceiling's there, but he just seems to be like 11 to 13 points every week. Kind of just like a flex guy. Dalton Kincaid, baby. Spent a whole bunch of fab on him, like $150 of fab when somebody had to drop him when he got hurt a couple weeks ago. Picked him up, 22 points, baby. That's the first time I've had a stud at the tight end position this season. You love to see that. Wan'Dale Robinson, I keep saying it. Give me 10 to 15 points a week, and I'm happy with Wan'Dale. 13.6. Guy had like 9 catches for like 46 yards. Something disgusting. PPR terrorist. You love to see it. And then Travis Etienne, 16.5 points without scoring a touchdown. Man, the Jags, just let my boy score a touchdown, bro. 16.5 points, man. We'll take that. Should have been more, honestly. Ravens defense against Miami, that was a slam pick. And then a kicker's a kicker. Tyler Loop, only 4 points. Still can't pick the right kicker. It is what it is. And then on the bench, I benched David Montgomery for Kyle Manungai. Seemed to work out nice. Christian Watson, meh. Alec Pierce looks like somebody I could maybe even start over like Wan'Dale, maybe. I don't know. It's a little bit risky, but if anybody gets hurt, I got Alec Pierce there. He's kind of a sneaky play. And then I'm stashing Trey Benson in case he ends up coming back off IR. And then, yeah, I guess we got to give credit where credit's poo over here with Durz's team. Stinky. But he got Daniel Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Javonte. These guys really didn't do much. Justin Jefferson, 16.7. That's supposed to be a 30-point dog. Guy didn't really do too much. He got a little hurt in that game. Jalen Waddle, you know, he's going to do what he's going to do. He's just kind of like Wan'Dale a little bit. I don't know. More catches, or less catches, bigger yards, but about the same amount of points. Travis Kelce, 12 points, whatever. T. Higgins, we can talk about T. Higgins. He was matching the Drake London performance on the 1 o'clock games. That had me a little bit nervous. He had that one nasty catch, a couple nasty plays by T. Higgins. Joe Flacco really reviving his fantasy relevance. Rashee Rice, Good stash for him. He's starting to pay off. And then 9 points from Texas defense. His kicker scored 3.4. 3.4 points, dude. Dude, you can't pick a kicker, bro. You suck at picking kickers, dude. Learn how to pick a kicker, bro. That's all I've been hearing all season, dude. 3.4 from Will Lutz. Nice job, idiot. And then his bench sucks. So, yeah, man. Really put the whipping on Durs. And, yeah, he can suck my balls. All right, next up, we got the work league. So this is just a new league, first-year league with me and 9 other people from work. Good mix of veteran players and new players. And I'm going up against a new player, Gowie, Commission Impossible on the right. And I'm Jimmy Finance on the left. Hey, look at that, man. Jimmy Finance finds a way to squeak out a dub. Finally, the team kind of puts it all together after, I believe I was on an L5. Yeah, because I started off 3-0, and now I'm 4-5. So I went L5, dude. A month and a week with nothing but losing. Let's take a look here. Josh Allen's going to do Josh Allen things. 28 points. Love to see a couple rushing touchdowns out of him. Travis Etienne already touched on that. Jahmyr Gibbs, quiet game. 5.8 points from Gibbs. Not sure what really happened there. The Lions didn't really look too hot losing to Minnesota. DJ Moore started him at the last second. I was like, you know, DJ Moore against the Bengals' terrible defense could be a good play. Yeah, it was. 22 points, baby. Let's see what we got next here. We got Tet McMillan, 8.6. I'm not really sure about Tet, man. I don't know, man. He hasn't really been doing much the last couple of weeks. He's the wide receiver one in Carolina, but they like to run the ball, so I'm not really sure. Jordan Addison, 8.4. Again, same kind of ordeal. I mean, I don't know. 2 for 4 for 48 yards and a carry for 16 yards. How did he get 8.4 points? How does that equate? Oh, I guess that makes sense. Full PPR, 6 points. Yeah, I don't know. Not that inspiring of a performance from a good old Jordan Addison. Oronde Gadsden at the tight end position. That's been a great pickup. If you picked up Oronde, you're sitting pretty at the tight end position. 11.8 points. 5 for 5 on 68 yards. Not bad. But the luxury is I picked up Oronde Gadsden. Set it and forget it at tight end because I got Trey McBride, baby. He's a stud flex, you know? Good tight end for Oronde. Stud flex Trey McBride. That's a good combo right there. Trey McBride, 16.5 points. Got a touchdown this past weekend. Number 1 tight end in fantasy right now, I believe. Number 1 or 2. He's kicking butt. Jacob Myers for the Kickers over in Seattle, 9 points. Like that. New England defense, 2 points against the Falcons. Didn't really do too much. And then on the bench, had a couple wide receivers pop off the bench. Juwan Jennings got a touchdown. Jameson Williams got a touchdown. But am I going to start those guys over Tet and Jordan Addison? That's the question. Bill Krosky-Merritt, I'm dropping. I'm going to drop him for the Cleveland Browns defense because the Browns and the Patriots have some good defensive matchups coming the next week. And Bill is just downhill. No Jaden Daniels. They're going to be playing from behind. He's not the pass-catching running back. I just can't see any value in Bill. He had his shine, but I think he's done for the year. I'm probably going to be... That's probably a terrible prediction, but... And then I got Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet. I mean, it is what it is. Once one of them gets hurt, I'll have somebody that I can play. But until they're both... As long as they're both healthy, can't really play either of them, so... It is what it is. And then go ahead and talk about Commission Impossible here. He had Lamar. Good Lamar game. Josh Jacobs, I guess, looks like he had a good game. Kareem Hunt, 12 points. Shit, man, take that. Zay Flowers, though, meh. Xavier Worthy, meh. Cortland Sutton, what happened here? 1 for 6, 30 yards and a touchdown? Yikes. Kyle Pitts, gross. Jake Ferguson, fumbled. Cameron Dicker, 11 points. We'll take that from a kicker. Then the Packers, defense 5 points. So I ended up winning by 15. But let's see here. He did have Dalton Kincaid on the bench. So if he played Kincaid over Pitts, he would have been a lot closer. I don't even know. That'd be 3. Shit. I think I still would have won, but it would have been a lot closer of a nail biter. So good to get back into the win column in the work league. Like I said, I was on an L5, so I'm feeling pretty inspired. I got through the buys. I think the buys were really just kicking my ass, and we're going to be a little bit more confident moving forward for sure. All right, next up, we got the Random League. So story behind this league is I know one person in it, and nobody knows me. I only know one person, so I'm kind of the random in it. I am the league reigning champion, so I'm trying to hold on, but as you can see, I'm Beantown Bullies. I'm on an L4 now. lost to the one guy I know. Shout out to Nick. I'm now 3-6. And if we look at my team here, picked up Sam Darnold. That was a pretty good play. Kyron Williams, honestly, should have had 2 more touchdowns. Let's be real. How much did I lose by? I lost by 20. Yeah. Bill, big reason I'm cutting him. I probably should cut him in this league too, but I don't know if I can afford it. We'll see. 4.6 gross. Nico Collins, didn't do much, 11 points. I got the Jamison Williams touchdown in this league, so that was cool. Same with Juwan. So I played them both in this league, benched him in the other. I hate having all my eggs in one basket. Tucker Kraft got hurt, tore his ACL. He's on IR. That's tough. Harrison Butker, Rams defense, both good plays. But as you can see on my bench, I've got Baker, Saquon, AJ Brown, Emeka Egbuka, and the Browns defense. So next week, my lineup's looking pretty dang good. I've got 3 top 10 wide receivers, plus I got Saquon and Kyron. Like, I think my team's... I say this every week about this team. Like, I think this team is good, but, like, they just can't put it all together. Like, you can see Nick over here. He played Kyle Monunga. He's a Bears fan. He must have been tapped in. He picked him up really early. I traded Michael Pittman for Tony Pollard because I thought I needed the RB depth. That's been, like, the worst trade of, like, honestly, my entire life. It haunts me to this day. 16 points against me. Chase Brown actually had a decent game. Lamar's Lamar. Rashid, we already kind of touched on these guys. Broncos defense and his kicker. He benched Rico Dowdle. That's pretty crazy. Played George Kittle over Rico Dowdle. That's a bold play. Those are the type of mistakes that I need to be taking advantage of, but clearly I haven't. I'm 3-6. We'll see if I can sneak into the Yoffs. But at this point, I don't know. I'm kind of giving up hope. We'll see. Maybe I'll bounce back next week, but I'm not holding my breath for this team. Even though I am the reigning champ, I'm still going to play all the guys I think are the best to start every week, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get a win this week. All right, last but not least, we got the Shit Show League. Take a drink for the shit show, guys. It's my Friday, so I earned this drink here. Now, I'm Shit Show Simi on the left, and I went off against Dan Shaguzzi. Yeah, Shaughnessy, I guess his name is. I don't really know him, but I'm 3-6 now. This team's been trending downhill. And yeah, this week I actually put up a good fight. I only lost by 5 points. Came down. I was up by 8, and he had Buda Baker. Oh, I didn't really even touch on it. So the shit show is the shit show because, as you can see, look at the lineups, baby. 2 running backs, a quarterback, 2 wide receivers, tight end flex, defensive tackle, defensive end, 2 linebackers, quarterback, safety, a defensive back, a kicker, a punter, and a head coach. Yes, it's a shit show. And to add into the madness, that is the roster placement. It's a 20-man league, so some of the lineups can get pretty ugly. Thus the reason my starting running backs, as you can see over here, are Devin Singletary and Keaton Mitchell. Yikes, you hate to see that. I've seen worse, though. Got 2.8 out of Keaton Mitchell. That's pretty good for what I've been dealing with lately. But I got Jaden Daniels. He, like, broke his arm or whatever. Guy sucks. People really say he's better than Drake May. What a joke. Drake May's way better. Got Sun God, Amon Ra, 18.7. That's pretty good. Wandale, Hunter Henry. Parker Washington, pretty good pickup, 17 points. And over on the defense here, my defensive line guys are kind of not really doing much. I did finally get a linebacker who can give me 20 to 30 points every week in Blake Cashman. Saw him coming off IR, so I went ahead and picked him up. Hey, man, 24 points. We're going to take that. TJ Edwards, only 11.5. Kyle Hamilton's really good, 13.5. Kayshawn Nixon. But altogether, it just really wasn't enough. My team needs to be doing a lot more. My RB deficiencies are really starting to show. And yeah, maybe I shouldn't have traded Tyrone Tracy for Nick Benito because Nick Benito's been trash since I traded Tyrone Tracy. And now Tyrone Tracy is the starting running back. So that's how it's going to go. And I got Marcus Mariota starting for me for the rest of the season because I've had him on my team since Jaden Daniels has already missed some time. But credit where credit's due. Shaguzzi over here started Jackson Dart. He's been pretty fantasy relevant. Terrell Jennings on the Pats. Hey, that's a pretty snazzy, that's a pretty savvy pickup and play. Bill Krosky-Merritt fucking over another player, but he actually won, so he got away with it. Nico Collins. Looks like Keenan Allen really didn't do too much. That was a weird game. Tennessee was like in it, but they really weren't. I don't know. Jatavion Sanders. That's a crazy tight end start. And J-Mo, we've already talked about. And let's take a look at his defensive players. Nothing really to note. Alontae Taylor, cornerback, got 16 points. And then I was up by 8. Buda Baker put up 13. So I ended up losing by 5. So Unfortunately, the shit show is what it is. It's 20-man league, and I'm pretty deep into the rankings, so we'll see if I make it into the playoffs. I really doubt it at this point, but the shit show is just kind of for fun. You know, you kind of just burn $30 just to be a part of a crazy league. So, as you can see at the top, I mean, the good teams like 73 Virgins here, 220 points. Creamy Pie Boys, 237. You know, 280. Like, if you're not scoring 200 points, you suck in the shit show. And this week I put up 172. Last week I put up 128. So my team's clearly on the bottom tier of the shit show league, but I'm still having fun some weeks. Last week I was not having fun, but I went 2-2 in this week. And some of my leagues I have some faith in, like the main league, maybe the work league, and then like the shit show and the random league I'm kind of not really feeling too hot about. But overall, a better week in fantasy football overall. All right, so there you have it. The Week 9 fantasy football is all in the books. And as you can see, I'm feeling a little more chipper this past week. You know, I had some really good performances, man. Shout out to, like, Drake London, man. He's going to have to be on the thumbnail because he definitely made my week spectacular, bro. And, you know, just in general, I'm feeling a little bit happier last week. You know, if you watched the Week 8 review, it was quick and to the point. Some would say that I was looking at my balcony with googly eyes, but this week I'm firmly planted in the maybe has a chance category, especially in a couple of leagues, specifically the main league. 175 points really gives me the confidence to say my team might be able to make some noise and maybe sneak into the playoffs and get to the dance. And once that happens, anything can happen. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're enjoying watching football and playing fantasy football this season. If you are, let me know who you got on your fantasy teams. I would love to hear, and let me know who's pissing you off too. If you're having a terrible year like me last week happens, let me know who's, you know, making you very miserable. But I'd love to hear it all. Leave comments, like, subscribe. Got a lot more content coming your way. Football recaps every week, gaming videos at least twice a week. So appreciate you being here. Thanks again, and I hope you have a great day. Boom.